Hi, my name's Isaac Shutt. I'm an estate planning and probate attorney, and our law office is based in Richardson, Texas. You know, the only area of law that we handle in our law office is estate planning and probate, wills and trusts, things of that nature. So I like to say that our knowledge is really deep and not so wide. But if you have a question about estate planning and probate, we'd love to hear from you. So today I wanted to talk about who inherits when a person passes away. And more specifically, what I mean is when one spouse in a married couple passes away, does the surviving spouse automatically inherit everything? So what do you think? Yes? No? Does the surviving spouse automatically inherit everything? Well, first of all, the question is there a will or is there a trust? Because if there's a will or a trust, whatever that document says goes. So if there's no will or trust, it's natural to think that the surviving spouse would inherit everything, because we're a community property state, which means all property that you acquire during the marriage belongs jointly to the spouses. So that's a great question. If one spouse dies, doesn't everything automatically go to the surviving spouse? Yes? No? Well, the answer is kind of it depends, and I would say the answer is kind of somewhere in here. And that's because it depends on whether or not the spouse who died had children from outside the marriage. So your community property share, if you had at least one child from outside the marriage, actually doesn't go to the surviving spouse. It goes to the children. So that's right. If you're the surviving widow and your husband's passed away, and he has at least one child from outside the marriage, then his share of the community property doesn't go to you. It actually goes to his surviving children. Now, on the other hand, if the gentleman died and he had all children born to the marriage or had no children at all, then the answer is yes. The surviving spouse does inherit all of the deceased spouse's share of the community property. And those answers are sometimes sort of counterintuitive. In fact, a lot of times we deal with widows who come into our office who I don't think really believe us. When we show them the law, they just can't believe that they're not automatically inheriting everything. But that's the answer. Surviving spouses, you may not be automatically inheriting anything. In fact, you may not be inheriting your spouse's community share at all. And this really gets me to an important point. You know, this stuff really matters only if you died without a will or without a trust. And that's why it's imperative. Even married couples, you gotta have a will or a trust. So these default laws don't matter. If you want your spouse to get everything when you pass away, then you need to say so, and you need to say so legally in a will or a trust. I hope you found this helpful. Again, my name's Isaac Shutt. I'm of the Shutt Law Firm, and all we do at our law office is handle wills and trusts, powers of attorney, things of that nature, and we'd really like to hear from you.